800-411-1163. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border. And then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on American soil. So he became the anchor baby. You don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor Baby. This is my show. Thanks for tuning in, folks, on this fine Monday. A pleasure to be here. A pleasure to be back, and we have our viewers coming in. We're going to get to all of you, okay? Thanks for tuning in, folks, here on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. The people on punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. And, of course, here on YouTube. I appreciate you tuning in. How was your weekend? Nice to be back. Rebuilding the man, okay? I mean, I'm just wearing the Bond shirt. You can get it. But shout out to y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We got a bit of a show to get into, okay? Various things. It's a crazy world. And, you know, I like watching it all. It's insane. But you're all here. Thanks. You're welcome to tune in. You're welcome to call in if you got something on your mind. Something you want to talk about, 888-775-3773. And we can get going. Something you want to get off your chest. You know what, James? I lied. Point that fan back this way. Or else, lest I melt. Lest I melt in the studio. I lied to you, sir. If that fan is not pointed back this way, I will, in fact, die. So I'm sure they're hearing me out there. I'm sure they are. They're going to come help me any moment. But I appreciate it. No, just the fan, man. I lied. Yeah, I'm going to need it. Thanks. Appreciate it, sir. All right, folks. You're here. You're tuned in. You know the number, 888-775-3773. What can I say? How you doing, Cloud? How you doing, Stuart? How you doing, No Diggity? Thank you. Brandy, what you doing? What you doing, Nougat? And all that, Lord Spike Protein, all the people here at Rumble.com. Thank you. Wow, look at that. Look at all of you. How you doing, Dembro? Doormat, appreciate it. The monkey that flings. The homesteader version. And everybody else. Okay, so thank you. Now, what can I say? I mean, I was looking at some of y'all protesting. And I'm judging. I'm a judgment. I'm judging. I got opinions. And it's terrible. It's a terrible thing. I should just watch y'all protest and not care. Okay. They were saying it was huge. They were saying it was huge. The biggest one. I thought I saw someone describe it as it was the biggest something. The biggest protest of whatever, of certain whatever criteria. Was it of all time? I don't know what they were saying, but they were saying it was a lot. I didn't hear a peep, personally. Got to be honest with you. Wasn't looking for it, but I didn't hear a peep. Nothing around here. kind of usual places down at that, what is it, that courthouse where I've gone to film before. I saw it in the news later, right? No kings, they're saying. It's a big protesting and all that. And normally I wouldn't say anything. Who cares? We've seen them out there before. I tried filming them. It's like same old. 8 million? 8 million? Are you serious, ladies at the skim? Across 50 states and the world, they're saying, and around the world, you know, they have a Black Lives Matter thing here. They do it over there, right? But yeah, they're out there making it happen. What else was I gonna say? Like whatever, right? I gotta say though, the obvious, but these people out there, this is like a government sanctioned protest. No kings. This is what democracy looks like. By the way, thanks for telling us. I know they've said that a long time. I'm sure someone else has said that, but you know, they tell you this is what democracy looks like. Breaking things. F you. F you. Oh. Well, I don't want it. This is like government sanctioned. Like, oh, I'm such a anti-government individual thinking from my. This is allowed. This is allowed. Politically expedient for one side. This is the most COVID-19 government sanctioned, flatten the curve protests ever. So, you know, you got. Okay, but I was looking at some of this. I can't believe it. I saw one of you guys out there. And maybe I'm judging.
Protests have been peaceful.
I'm totally
all day,
judging. Thank you, Miss Karen Bass. They've been peaceful all day, except for when they weren't. And those broke off from the peaceful ones, they'll say. They simply broke off. Those are whatever. They don't have the same spirit. What are you trying to say? They have the same spirit? What are you saying? What do you believe in God or something? But you saw some of these scenes. Look at these people. Like, you know, they're definitely not the kind who just want to get going and make this place work and just make money. You know what I mean? There's just some people like that. Very few. This is what democracy looks like. We were there together some time ago with the backpack on. This exact place, this exact corner. We spoke to a kind boomer, crazy people.
Pepper.
Get a job, right? Okay. What does this lady's shirt say?
Officials declared a citywide tactical alert just after 5 p.m. arrested.
What do you mean you got in fights with police?
Dispersal order.
I thought you were just my darling wife, girlfriend, daughter / whatever employee. What do you mean you were fighting with police? What does that say? Arrest Trump, not
to refuse.
Oh, and misogynist.
Just after 5 p.m. while issuing a dispersal.
Whatever. Oh, I think it says migrants. Who cares? Arrest Trump, not migrants. No, arrest migrants. Arrest migrants. There's definitely way more criminal migrants than Trump. That's just mathematically ridiculous on its face. But look, I'm tripping. I'm judging. Look, I'm judging and tripping. And judging y'all because I think I saw one of y'all out here.
Protest.
What's that? What is that? That's not very funny. I don't find that very funny. Okay, maybe it's kind of funny. Because it's funny because look, it's just fun. It's just like Trump shouldn't look like that. That's such a silly position of him being like a puppet, like Israel first. And maybe I'm just being judgmental right now because I'm totally judging the Israel first sign. Like some of you guys are such followers. Like a thrill. I need a crowd. I need friends. Ooh, this crowd, this friend group's looking a little like we don't look that cool right now. I don't know. Let me. Yes, the need for the crowd. I'm totally judging it too because I don't know who. This could be a total Democrat. This could be who knows who made this sign, right? I'm the one tripping. But isn't that so true? The need for the crowd is so cringe. No matter what, right? And it depends on who you are. Around me, it's the crowd is, it's actually not popular to be supporting Trump. Well, I mean, especially now, right? I mean, the war stuff, you're like, I don't know. So, but come on. That's a little far, don't you think? Not very funny. And very silly of you. Let me go out and join another group. Let me join another crowd. You can't think for yourself, maybe. Maybe, because I don't know who that was. High-calorie humans? What are you talking about? You talking about Hispanics? Those are called Mexicans? High-calorie humans. That's messed up. I think that's against YouTube terms of service. Those are called Mexicans. And they are suffering. They are suffering from a high fructose Coca-Cola. Now, that's not their fault. But look, I just had my little gripe. That was my little gripe. You know, some of them say that's like, oh, Israel first because America first, like, meant no more wars. And it's tied to, like, woke. And Trump's coming in to do away with all that. And remember, he said, we shouldn't have gone to Iraq. That means, like, no U.S. domination of the world. I don't know. I was watching all this from 2016 like an anchor baby. And I was like, maybe what they're saying is true. I don't even understand what they're saying. I just know this guy's like a legend and wants to make things work. So I hope they're wrong, you know, because this whole idea is that America just if Trump wanted to do this war with Iran, the idea is that, well, the machine. This is how I know it. This is how I've heard it. This is how I know it very, very loosely. The machine behind the government that doesn't matter which president comes, and they're out there doing these wars. That same machine hates the average American. Is fine with inundating them with immigrants for their, you know, you gotta be number one. You gotta dominate. You gotta dominate the world. Take over Karg Island. Push away Russia. Bomb Iran. I hope they're wrong that America winning means more BS, right? Like woke, oh, it's gay, it's DEI, it's same old Republicans. Because I don't see Trump like that. He's just not like that. But you know, also look around. It's like a whole bunch of people were born basically yesterday and just learned about ethno-states and all that. And the vast majority of people don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I get you guys, like, yeah, America, like Jesse's been saying, like, America's like a white country and they've been calling it racist and hating the white man forever. You know, a whole bunch of people just want things to work. And I know Trump wants things to work, right? But anyways, that's my little ramble. Israel first. Where was I? Why shouldn't we dominate? What do you guys think? I don't know. Should we dominate the world? I mean, I don't know. Draft. Okay, now you're just sell it to me, Nick. I got you, man. I got you. Draft. Okay, you're exaggerating, maybe. But this is this a, what do you call this? The some are calling this the Democrat way, this kind of Democrat response. Like, imagine this: you're at the airport, government's not working. Their TSA, it's a mess, it's lines, and you're like, okay, is this government going to work? Are they going to make things happen? This is the DHS we're talking about. I mean, the other countries have this issue. I mean, fund your things. We need things. What do you do? This is the government. And then you go, oh, wow, thank you. Never mind. Oh, never mind. I'm fine. Oh, no, I forgot about all that. This is awesome. This is a party. It's been 8 hours? You tell me I've been here 8 hours? I don't remember that. Look at this guy. Surrounded by the ladies. It's been 8 hours. I don't think I'm getting on that plane. Yo. Is this dystopian? People are calling this like very dystopian COVID era vibes. Just dance, right? There's nothing wrong. Look at this. This guy's going. Oh yeah, he gave them a spin. He gave them a spin move. Ladies, you ever seen one of these? You ever seen a spin move, ladies? Nick, they're just trying to have fun. Yeah, this is not even Democrat. This is just the government, right? Like, yeah, it's just the government. Like, they hate making things work. And to them, these are separate issues. Like, your unhappiness, your unhappiness about things not working is separate. It's separate from things not working. It's like, you're just, which there's some like call me a government shill. Look, I just understand a few things about, look, ruling ain't easy. Put it like that. And, you know, you're mad about things not working, and things not working are separate things. It's like, how do we deal with your emotions right now? Okay, here, give them a dance party, because they don't understand that we're trying to make things work / we can't make things work. You know, that's like a different debate, right? Looks fun. Looks fun. Yeah, I'm going to cancel my flight. Whew. It's a rave, okay? You're supposed to have fun. But what is there a future? I mean, I'm thinking about these. I mean, I thought these were all thematic. Call it a segment. Call it a segment. Who's this? You seen this lady? Representative Maya Flores, who I'm sure, by just lipstick color alone, by makeup alone, that she's a firebrand Republican woman. Maya Flores, talking about the future of the Republican Party. If we do not invest in the Hispanic community, is this old? Sometimes these things go around and it's not new. You know, and I'll check while we do that. Why not? Nobody said we can't. Maya Flores, tell us what's on your mind.
This is not my opinion.
Maya Flores, we're going to need more volume on you. What's on your mind?
This is not my opinion. This is a fact. If you look at the census, if you look at the birth rates, we have to. There is no future for the Republican Party if we do not invest in the Hispanic community. And what I need Washington to do is to, thank you. What I need Washington to do is to stop dictating what we do, complement our work. Yes. Complement what we do.
Yeah, says the guy.
Do not tell us what to do. We know
that one guy.
Exactly what to do to win the midterms.
Okay, so I'm unclear what exactly he's talking about at the end there. Stop telling us who's us and how to win the midterms. Are you talking about women, Hispanics? I'm not sure what you meant there. Clip that was just going around. First Mexican-born member of Congress. A Texas Republican. Is it Myra Flores? So that's unclear from the clip, to be honest with you. I don't know what she means. Stop telling us what to do. You mean Hispanics? You mean, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know who you're talking about. Like, Republican women? Like, right? You're going to need a context, but I don't care. I was just watching this clip, and I'm wondering what you guys think. No future of the Republican Party. I mean, it's one of those things that's like, is it like both ideology and fact are coming, like, I don't know if they're opposing here, but like maybe opposing coming to play here. How America should be / what's like what the facts are. It's got to be a sick, it has to be a sick joke a little bit, no? To say, well, you got to stop having babies. It's the climate. What's wrong with you white people? There's enough of you. Oh, joke's on you. Actually, you guys are the minority in the whole world. And also, where are your old babies? Oh, man, we really need those. Well, good thing we got Mexicans now. Good thing we have Mexicans now. So, you know, don't worry about y'all. It's like, what kind of sick joke is that? That's got to be the biggest crime ever. But is this that BS I'm kind of alluding to? Is it connected like that? Well, America must dominate. So Republicans can't lose, right? Like, so you gotta get Mexicans? Like, maybe that's just not an option. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm just an anchor baby watching this, okay? And I'm not like mad about it. Like, so maybe it's easier for me. But I don't know if that's in the cards to be Japan. Like, we'll just shrink. We'll just make less money, have less people. We're not the police of the world. We don't have economic adversaries wanting all our resources. So we're cool. We're going to shrink. But y'all have Myra Flores, and you got to make things work, right? Like, I want things to work. I don't know about y'all, but I want things to work. If those are the only options, it's like either you shrink or you dominate and make things work, but in the right way with having men who aren't just totally woke, just screwed up people, just like Trump, at least someone like Trump. Or 3 is just like it's over. I don't know. I'm going with number 2. You said. Sorry, you guys are talking about. I think maybe her. I almost don't want to repeat. Is this her personal life? What do you do? I'm not surprised if what you guys are saying in the chat is true. Republican firebrand woman with trouble at home. If that's true. Maybe you can't do it all, ladies. Maybe you can't do it all. You want to save the world? 888-775. Thank you. 3773. And I'll do your super chats and all that too. I gotta say, is it Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I just nuked everybody. It was just a nuke just went off. That's the only one this week, I promise. A nuke just went off, and I'm not getting Schadenfreude from it. Pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. But maybe it was something about this video. And it's not even about this girl who went from being liberal to uber liberal, like death to America liberal, like off the deep end. And I don't know, I guess the news, they're like, we're going to do a deep dive on exactly how she was radicalized, the exact forces, when she cut her hair. They have like this panel, like figuring out every aspect of her life. Like, what is this? Like, you could, it's like you could almost say this person was like I don't know, like a white nationalist or something, the way they're being investigated. Someone, I don't know, just like white or something. I don't know. So they're going after this. They're investigating how she became so radicalized. And the Schadenfreude I get is from the world endlessly bickering and trying to pontificate and like have the big. It's like, oh, we got to really discuss and discover, why did this happen? Look at this girl. How did she go from, somewhat like, I don't know, kind of chopped with her haircut. Definitely not feminine, to way more chopped than just like, I want to just death to America. How did this happen? And they're just like, right, like endlessly going around, like tinkering away. And it's like so simple. If you had just been listening to the JLP show, they think anger is good. They literally think anger is good, and they can't see straight. They can't see the world for how it is. And they can't see how this girl, it's like not that complicated. She hates her parents. And and everything they represent. America, whiteness, everything they represent. Evil hates it all. How else to put it?
The 21-year-old political activist go from volunteering for Elizabeth Warren and climate causes to chanting death to America and Iran and ending up on a U.S. government watch list. This is the story of Calla Walsh.
Margabar America, Margabar Israel.
Just a few years ago,
I'm not gonna finish that. I don't want to be in a watch list.
Like a typical progressive activist. The Boston native was even featured in the New York Times for shaking up Democratic politics in Massachusetts. She volunteered for Elizabeth Warren, promoted climate causes, and organized with the Democratic Socialists of America. But today, Walsh is reportedly on a U.S. government watch list because of her ties to the Cuban and Iranian governments and her connections to organizations designated by the United States as terrorist groups. And most fascinatingly, her radicalization is played out largely in public. Over the past 5 years on social media, Walsh moved from mainstream Democratic activism to openly praising militant groups and calling for violence against Israeli officials. This October, Walsh relocated to Beirut, where she's now a contributor to Press TV, an Iranian state-run outlet sanctioned by the United States. From there, she's become an online amplifier for Iran and Hezbollah, posting propaganda and rallying her Gen Z audience behind what Iran calls the axis of resistance. After an Iranian drone strike killed 4 American soldiers earlier this year, Walsh mocked the dead online, writing that they died fighting for fascism. Her family in Boston told the Free Press's Jay Solomon in a statement, "We love Kala deeply, but we have serious, fundamental political disagreements with her."
Please don't put us on the same list, U.S. government.
Walsh's story reflects a broader concern among counterterrorism experts that foreign regimes and extremist networks are actively recruiting young...
It's the foreign regimes, it's Iranian money, it's politics, it's palace intrigue. It's literally every force in the world came to get Calla Walsh. It's like every force in the world. Poor Calla Walsh, everything conspired against her. And the perfect butterfly effect of events made her turn into death to Israel, death to America, insane person. Man, parents are like, what's it called? Lost, I guess. I mean, your kids are hating you, going crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? No, the internet. We got to get the law on the internet. We got to stop the TikTok. We got to, holy. They hate you. They hate you. You know what I'm saying? If you knew that anger was evil, maybe that would help. Maybe if you knew that, right? Because you have to have like some sort of cornerstone in the building, right? Some sort of initial upstream, higher order programming, right? Would have maybe have helped. But it's like, wait, wow, how is it possible? But how? What deep terror cell took my daughter? My daughter hates me. Joe been keeping it simple. He's been trying to tell you the same thing. Nick is getting us all put on the list. Just don't repeat what she said. It was the news. We play the news, right? When they come to your door, you tell them, I was watching the news. But where was I? What parents? Knit? You mean parent? This person had no... Oh, I may have to work on my listening skills. But that adds to it. That person had a single mother type deal. No authority in the home, right? Still, though, she hates her parents and everything they represent. I hate you and everything you're about. You know, like the scientific, the academic, when the academic and media world try to overcomplicate something Jesse made simple, like I find that endlessly entertaining, okay? Endlessly entertaining. Some people believe that judges should have discretion to make decisions based on the unique facts of each case, rather than applying a one-size-fits-all sentence. What do you think about that sentence? What do you think about that sentence as opposed to criminal sentence? Sounds reasonable? Yeah, maybe. Should be. Judges should have discretion to make There's unique facts of each case. And there may be, that's why there's ranges in sentencing times and all that. You'd think that would be reasonable. But until you realize that some people by that, they mean, okay, well, if someone is if someone is a migrant and they have different circumstances, that those are unique facts of a case that should allow the judge to have discretion in how that person is tried. Now, is that kind of like woman judge written all over that, or is that just me? They're having this discussion. This person writes their Blue Sky Social in their Twitter name, like, this is who I am, just so you know. They're having a big old argument. Internet argument. Then why is your party trying to abolish mandatory minimum sentences for child pornography in Virginia? Whoa, we jumped in hot to this conversation. Whoa. You support pedos. We want them arrested. We are better people than you, says this person responding to the maybe Donald Trump supporter. So you can kind of gather what's happening here. Some people believe judges should have discretion to make decisions based on the unique facts of each case. Holy. Yeah, that's happening a whole bunch. That's happening a whole bunch. Like hundreds of arrests. Okay, but you're black, and it's like racist. Okay, they're out and they kill. That happened like last week, no? And the women don't want the migrants, apparently. This was going around. This was going around about native German women. They're not interested in the migrant males. Our findings reveal a high willingness amongst recent male refugees to partner with resident women. Listen to this language. Whereas resident women exhibit significantly lower openness towards romantic relationships with male refugees. Is that much of a surprise, though? I mean, maybe if you watch advertising media, you might not think twice, but people pretty much separate by race, like, and these are like people with, aren't they, at this point, they're like from the third world with no money. I mean, come on. If haven't you been listening to the Red Pill or something like that? What do women want, right? Like, they don't even want them, but they'll bring them in. They don't even care. They don't even think. I don't think they can be judges or policymakers. You know, you got to stay out of all that, I think, ladies. I don't think migrants care about that, Nit. Right, that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't think they may not even see it as grape. But I don't know. Something's got to tell you, right? Something's got to tell you. Screaming, maybe. I don't know. Moving on. Look, whatever. Incredible. I can't read some of what you're saying there. That's messed up. I can't read. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Okay. Okay. Can I even show you this video? Do they swear? I mean, these same ladies I'm talking about, they're like, oh no, the homeless. Just like, you don't understand. They're just, it's everything else. Something else is going on. I hope they don't cuss a bunch in this video. It's far too early for that. just take him somewhere. Treat him like a normal person, man. Take him to Chili's, right? Just take him to, hey, you guys hungry? Let's go to Chili's.
I want some food? Hi, come with me! Yeah. 13. Oh, we can take a seat?
Wow. Those are just the socioeconomic factors is the cause of this, folks.
That is so gross. Oh my god.
I think that was a whole bottle of Tabasco.
It's a dirty vehicle. You made that
I think he downed the whole bottle.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow. That's just on the windows.
Yeah, she won't notice. Yeah, it smells so bad. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Oh no.
But guys, they're homeless, so I mean, I was just trying to help them out.
Sorry, that's so silly. That's so silly. You guys gotta get serious. That's so silly. Call the cops. He's just trying to help them. This is why you're homeless. He's just trying to help him. Double that bill. Unreal. I don't think he egged them on to do any of that. I think they did that unprompted. Like I think he just offered them food, like at an establishment. He may have, I don't know. I haven't seen the full thing. The guy was maybe egging them on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Big money for everybody involved. Animals. Yeah. I gotta say, that's why they're homeless. You can't egg me on to do that. You can't egg me on to do that. You could not egg me. You could not egg me on to do that at a restaurant. They were like, civilization, let's wreck it. You know what we hate? Civilization. We literally hate society. You know, order, this little thing you like order at your little restaurant. Yeah. What would you think? What would you do if I took this ketchup bottle and just started squirting it everywhere? Like literally all of us would be like appalled. We would be mortified. We'd be like open mouth, like making sounds just like our mamas. Like we were taught different. Like we that's why we're not homeless. Like I don't know what to say. Part of it. It's part of it. You would be shocked if you put ketchup everywhere. You would be absolutely shocked. What the heck is wrong with that guy? Oh man. So I wasn't understanding personally, I wasn't understanding, Tiger Woods. Okay. A name I've definitely heard. I mean, I see golf's okay. I know the guy. He's had maybe a tough life. I didn't see him growing up or anything. So when I heard about this like rollover crash and that he's like that this is, it's like this is not the first DUI, but not the first crash. Possible drug, alcohol maybe involved, something like that. Like it's just not a good look, right? Maybe he had a tough life and it's just like, not getting it together. Like he needs to lock it, he needs to get it together. But maybe it's just like things are still messed or something. People were calling me and texting me about it. I'm like, okay, so the guy had a crash and he's having like, I'm not saying like F him. I'm not saying F anybody. It's like I was talking about that girl who was gang raped and then got state euthanasia. And it's like, if you thought I was saying F that girl, then you're like, you don't get it. So I'm not saying F Tiger Woods. I'm just like, help me understand the point. Like, now, here's something I read, and maybe this is why. You guys can maybe help me out here. Maybe this is why it has like a significance to it. Is this true about Tiger Woods? If you told me, this guy's saying, this individual posted this. If you told me in the 90s that Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson would have family-friendly images in 2026, while Tiger Woods would become a complete degenerate. I would have thought you lost your mind, but that's our current reality. Is that capture? Does that capture some of what I may have been missing? Tiger was driving like that dude from Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know how that guy was driving. I heard he was overtaking a truck in like a residential area, far too at a dangerous speed. I don't know anything else though. Tiger needs to do inversion therapy. I heard hanging upside down regrows your hair. Okay, I see. I'm glad that we're focused on the. I'm glad that we're focused on the important things, chat. I honestly started reading that, thinking it would go somewhere else. But you're saying you're recommending inversion therapy? I don't know anything about it, folks. I heard hanging upside down regrows your hair. Well, I'm glad I'm glad you guys got the right things in mind. You guys got your priorities straight, okay? Bet on Polymarket. When are we solving male baldness? Before 2035? Like, come on, guys, really? His hair. I'm Googling it. Here I'm trying to find ancient pictures of a hairline long gone. But so I'm gathering that may be actually part of it, huh? That he is that image, that whole, if you told me in the 90s that Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson would have family-friendly images, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess he had like this real, I don't know. I don't want to say can do no wrong, but just, preppy. I don't know if it's preppy that I'm looking for, but just golden boy type kind of reputation. Like, what am I looking for? Edgy bad guys are playing roles where they can release their aggression in publicly acceptable ways. In doing so, they may become gentle. It's the respectable good guy you must watch for. His rage builds inexorably without an outlet. Yeah, I don't know if you can really tell. That's not really a good heuristic. You don't know if the guy is holding it in and maturing, ripening in their anger, or if they're letting it go. But it's evil, I'll tell you that. It's evil. It destroys. And if you gotta live up to some sort of good guy image, something like, oh, I'm a good guy, I think that destroys too. If it's true about this, Tiger Woods, you guys probably know better than I. I got good hair like Hake. Okay, nope, just don't care about him at all. We're Christian brothers. We're on a journey on this planet. We're on this journey on a path. We're brothers. We're the same. And nope. What about my hairline? Yep. No, I'm joking. I'm not chastising you like you're supposed to be empathetic. No man is good in it. Yeah. Trying to live up to be good. It's just your hair, fellas. Yeah, I don't know if that's, I don't know the details. I don't know. I don't want to say. So I don't know. I'm not saying if he was drunk or drugged or anything. I don't know. I'm not saying. Okay, fine, here. Okay. Here you go. Hold on. Okay, every article is behind a paywall. Fourth crash since 2009. Second DUI arrest in 9 years. Okay, that's Yahoo Sports. So, yeah, DUI sounds like what you're saying a little bit. Woods was charged with DUI, property damage, and refusal to take a urine test in a rollover wreck on Friday. And that's it. Okay, so there's we got that. So that's not like news I misreported or something. So amazing. Anyways, that might be kind of true maybe. That kind of put it in my head a little bit on the significance, right? And I know Trump was wishing him well. You know who was not getting wished well at all? Like at all. Like very little. Leonid Radvinsky. You guys familiar with this guy? You know who's getting no love at all and continues to get no love? This the creator of OnlyFans. Okay, that's this guy. He died. You may have heard of it. Had a fight with cancer. Was fighting cancer. Nobody knew. And I'm reading this little exclusive, like, inside the reclusive life. You read the headline, it's like cocaine-drenched parties. Pedophile clientele, bizarre nickname. You're like, okay, well, man, that doesn't look good. Who dat? This is the guy who created OnlyFans. Or turned OnlyFans into what it is. Bought it off the father and son entrepreneurs who initially either created, I forget what it is. They made I think it was called OnlyFans back then too. It was just like a way to provide content, and it had like payment processing. So, you could have a subscription, and you could have your subscribers pay for your content. You could monetize your online content, your digital content. Well, they did that with their bodies and their nudes. Okay, it still is the same thing. Like, spiritually, it's still a place where you can just monetize your digital content. But, as you know it, that's where you go, and the girls are online, online prostitutes, I mean, so to speak, adult film artists. So this guy, he buys it, Leonid Radvinsky, not sure how to say it. And it blows up. It's making hella money. Now he died. Right, and I was reading this. I'm trying to remember this article now. I might have to read some of this because I'm trying to just remember off the top. Because the guy, I know he was getting major, like, negative attention online because it's like, one, he made OnlyFans. He's just like, what is he? He's just like a porn peddler. He's just peddling porn. And he's Jewish, so he's not Christian. Oh, there you go. It's like even to the, it's like, that's some of the room. That's something people say. The degeneracy or whatever, like and the Jewish significance important. But they're like, this guy died of cancer. I mean, good riddance and all that. And I'm reading some of this. I gotta say, the guy is okay. There's some things that are like question marks and would be like, okay, man, that's maybe strange, but it's unclear what it really means. But the other things, like him, completely not saying at all. If I'm gathering some of these details correctly, he totally hid the cancer thing from everybody. Like it was like Norm Macdonald, that's the guy y'all love. Is it Norm Macdonald? The Canadian comedian. Very funny, right? Norm Macdonald, he had a long fight with cancer. I don't know how long it was or what. But the point is that I believe his passing, too, was like a surprise. And people go back and they'll play clips of his jokes, and it almost sounds like he was dropping clues, but he never let anybody know. I thought that was always I always thought that was so classy, and it just seems so classy, and besides classy, it just seems correct. It means right. It means like if you're gonna learn anything from cancer, from death, from your own mortality, your own pain, your own whatever's happening, if you're gonna learn anything in life, really, you keep it to yourself, and you quietly learn, and let it sit, right? And I just thought that was super classy. I just thought, you're not getting all this attention from people and sympathy. What are they going to do anyways? So I don't know. I thought, if you read some of this, you're like, what? The porn guy? No, he was kind of classy about his cancer, and it's pretty young to die at 43. He's pretty classy about it, and the guy is like, so, he gets into like, how do I put this? I mean, it's maybe not a very nice, how do I put this? It seems from his story that he was like 17, something like 16 or 17. And he gets his mom to open up a business for him under the name Chat. What was it? Chat. Was it Chat? What was it? Oh, it was called Cyber something. Cybertania. Okay. He's 17, right? He's like 16, 17. He's like a computer guy. He's coding. He's doing stuff. He's described as a smart, sometimes abrasive teenager. I'm already imagining it, right? Like young, Jewish, abrasive, talkative, maybe a smart aleck, like born in the Soviet Union. Okay, so where was I? This got messed, but he gets this idea. He notices he basically makes a website, and it, like, he just takes a bunch of like people's money. No, it wasn't even that. He's not even taking people's money. He just knew that there was attention online, that there were people online with problems, and that they wanted to see illegal types of pornography, like illegal child stuff and that stuff. So he put up these websites with links that said just that. Like, click here and get the illegal stuff, and then it would just take you to a normal site. But the clicks generated revenue. And so he's been taking their money, or not even taking anyone's money there. Like, it's kind of messy, but it's very creative. And you call it smart, whatever. I think you gotta kind of hate maybe those people to like wanna let me just take this. I don't want to say that too much, actually. There's a way to maybe take the sinner's money without hating them, right? But I get that. That's the impression I get. He's just like, he's like a family guy. He's like, this is how I know how to make money. And he's just been doing it since. I don't know. I'm not justifying what he did. But he's interesting. I don't know what else to say. I mean, let's move on. Like, I just thought it was interesting that he was hated on heavily. And he's just as classy about his death like Norm Macdonald. I mean, whatever. It's just not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, whatever. It's not that deep, but yes, if that's a terrible thing to say. If I ever have cancer, you'll never know about it. So no, I'm not saying that. I won't say that out loud. Like Gavin Newsom's wife so flippantly says things out loud. I didn't see this before. Gavin Newsom, you let your wife say this on camera? Maybe you think like this.
You took your 4 kids on this trip. You're here in Alabama now. Why was it important to you to take them on this trip to red states and learn about the history in our country?
That's a great question. Well, I don't think, or I know for a fact, that we don't get all of this history in our schools. And it's part of, enlivening them, building their curiosity, expanding their hearts, their empathy, so that they themselves can be the change they wish to see in the world and recognize that, we have work to do and that we have healing to do. And so that they can be, use their voices to stand up and speak out when they see pain and suffering and bullying and racism and misogyny around them. And
you want them to see it so that they know.
I do. I'm a truth seeker. They need to know the truth.
You took your 4 kids on this trip. You're here in Alabama now. Why was it important?
Wait, sorry. This is repeating there. I guess people think like that, huh? That's a great question. I guess just people think like that. I just didn't believe it. I mean, you're too old to think like that now, or is that a silly comment? They're just racist over there in the red states. That's sort of. But I mean, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. That's like the meme, right? Wait, what's painful? Her voice? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, phony. So phony, but that's what I want to know. You think people, is it just something that people say, or they really think like that? That's what I want to know. Is it something people say? Like they're really on that high horse? Like, that's something they do over there when they talk like this and they're racist. What's up, Sion? How you been? Anyways, I'm going to assume that too a little bit, Brucey. That's just like a real basic look at the world. They just can't see it any other way. Okay. Fair enough. Just crazy. Is this just crazy? What's going on with the young men? This one's going around. It's pretty interesting. They're saying young men aren't working. Hold on, let me move this here. And the women in their lives are suffering. Like, where are the hardworking men? They don't seem to be in the professional world. And the women in their lives are suffering, trying to pull up their bootstraps, young man. What's going on with y'all? This one's got people going. I'm trying to pull it up here. This one's got people going for sure. Hold on. A sobering new report on young men in America makes it plain men without work, purpose, or family to provide for tend to flounder. And when men flounder, they don't suffer alone. The women in their lives suffer. Their communities suffer. And the wreckage is shared. Oh, man. I'm just going to have to search it. Hold on. And it's affecting all of us. Help wanted. So you're getting the reason it's contentious. You got the discussion going because you got the sign that's like, well, you've been telling men, F you, get out of here, out of the professional areas, give it to the women. And so that's one aspect of the conversation. They're saying, well, what do you expect when you start getting a generation in a cohort less inclined to be part of the workforce. I don't know if that totally explains it, but the idea of a man as a breadwinner has been dismissed by some cultural elites. It's not just stale, but also harmful and unjust. That's right. Remember that? We developed this expectation of man as a breadwinner very recently in our evolution, apparently, says journalist Melissa Hogenboom, author of the forthcoming book Breadwinners. How to address the power dynamics in your work life. This is why there's an issue in all that now. So you gave the women the jobs, and now you're like, wait, well, the men don't have money? And so then the question is, what are the women doing with all the money? Because apparently everyone's suffering. They're not spending on the family like the man would. Because that's the other part of the question, right? Like a sobering report. Young men in America makes it plain. Men without work tend to flounder. But I keep seeing reports. It's like women more than ever. They're in this spaces more than ever, working more than ever. What are they doing with their income? What are they spending it on? There seems to be like a limit. Like if you make them all work on one end, then on the other end you get less. It seems to be like it's like a balance. Like you can't have it all. Like put all the women to work. Oh, but now you get less babies. Well, what happened? Well, the baby makers aren't making babies. Like it's just like a dance. Like you can't have it, and you can't start messing with one knob and think no other knob's gonna move. Right? I mean, like we've heard some of this, no? But that's been an experiment. It's been an experiment as of late. Definitely in the world I grew up in, young men not working, they're saying, but what happened? Just like kind of holding their heads. And so I can understand some of the young people reacting to this a little. Say, well, what more do you want from us? Type thing. But whatever. Listen, okay. Number of things going on. Cornucopia of topics. Okay. Appreciate it. 888-775-3773. What else do you think is going on? What else do you think is going on? Anyways, we got John out of Tennessee. How you doing, John? You're on the air.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing, sir?
All right. I talked to you the other day.
Say that again.
I talked to you the other day.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks for calling me back.
Yeah. I guess you're talking about how women, how all these people trying to put whoever on top. It seems like they're trying to put whoever on top besides white males. Do you see that?
That's one move.
Yeah, it seems like the main move. I mean, the founders of this country were white. They want to destroy this country and everything about it. I guess the thing I've seen in my life, back, I guess, in the 90s, I was getting out of high school, was they flooded us, traditional America, white America, they flooded us with drugs. And got everybody strung out. And then you got all these, we had, like I did masonry work, and you'd see, like all these Mexicans start coming in, and they would bring these weird drugs with them. Mainly people just smoke pot or something like that, people, construction sites. And we're all white. The construction sites.
You said the construction workers were smoking pot back? How old are you, if I may ask? Out of curiosity.
How old am I? 46. But this is something gotcha. I saw like them telling people like, oh, you can be an engineer, and they'd be dumber than shit.
To keep
and
it
they,
clean.
they put them through school and put them in debt. Never like, hey, you need to go out and learn a trade. And but anyhow, on these construction sites, these foreign workers would come in and bring all these drugs with them, and they're basically passing them out to people. And then Oxycontin's hit. I can name you 1,000 people that died in about a month in my area. That they got everybody on dope, and then they replaced us. It's all Mexicans on job sites now, on these construction sites, you see. It seems like a organized, well-planned effort to destroy this class, and then they bring in foreigners and give them loans for stores. They've created this upper class of people. It's anything to destroy the white man, it seems like. Do you agree?
Well, how did that happen? How did they get, you said they flooded them with drugs, then they replaced them. How did that happen? Why did they take the drugs? Why did they get so high?
Well, yeah, it's the Americans' fault, white men's fault. But
I'm just wondering.
There's
like I wasn't there, right? So I'm sincerely wondering.
It just seems like we were prepped for it. Like you had, I mean, I don't know. This is just a thought of mine, but it was like DARE class. I knew nothing of drugs until DARE class. It's kind of like, don't just say no, just say no. And it's like, I didn't know I could say yes. Like, don't take these red pills. Yeah, don't take these red pills. And it was like, that's what made me want to try drugs. I watched this thing about LSD, and I was like, it was this movie the police brought to my school, and I was like, wow. And then you had Dr. Mario, it shows about doctors.
But why'd they bring DARE out in the first place? Was there like an increasing drug problem or something?
Well, yeah. Not really. I remember when I saw, I never did do pills. I was always scared to death of them. I couldn't swallow them either. But I watched.
I don't even need water.
I didn't need water.
I'm talking about Tylenol, but you were saying what?
Oh, I was joking. But it just seemed like they flooded, like traditional America. They cut out tobacco farms. They waged war on the farmers, which there's already crop restrictions in the South to keep us poor after the Civil War. But anyhow, everything they could do to kill white culture. And then they put rap on top, and if you watch Billy Corgan, his interview about what he saw, like guns not being allowed on the MTV, and then all of a sudden they bring in rap music, and it's pushing drugs and pushing drugs. It just seemed like all an organized effort. I watched my generation just get strung out and destroyed. Well, not totally, but
But like, why else? Like you're saying, you're saying that this was put. I guess besides that, you're saying it was just mostly that. Like it's just put in their front of them. It was put on TV, put in front of them, put in the music, and that's really the main driver of all that. You say?
It seems like it seemed like an organized effort to destroy.
Honest response.
Yeah, I mean, like all the music back in the rock and roll, it was all drug addicts. All the movie stars were drug addicts that were, white culture or whatever. They started putting all these drug addicts, and all of a sudden, you had these rappers come out. It was like a novelty at first. It was a joke, like Run DMC and Aerosmith. And then all of a sudden, like Motley Crue, all these Dr. Feelgood, it was all.
Help me understand that. What do you mean by Run DMC and Aerosmith? That was a joke.
Well, it
I'm familiar. I know Aerosmith. I know that guy. I mean, I know the band.
Yeah.
Don't want to sleep. And then Run DMC, like, help me understand that. Like, why is that a joke?
Like when rap's first coming out, like LL Cool J.
Yeah. Mama gonna knock you out. Yeah. LL Cool J. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a joke.
Really?
And then all of a sudden, nothing but a G thing hit, and it's like you started hearing, "Don't do that white people shit."
Keep it a little cleaner than that, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
White people stuff. Sorry. And different things that I've heard over the years. maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but it just seemed like everything to destroy that white culture that existed was done.
No, but you bring up interesting things. Don't get me wrong. Like the fact that something can merely be put in your head, and that on its own is already opening a door in a sense. Even if you say no, don't do it. Right? That's classic. Classic.
Yeah.
You say no, it makes you want to do it. That being, and you bring up interesting things. I mean, like, you're saying this deliberate hatred to white culture. I mean, just consider. I just consider my life growing up and the stuff I've seen, and it just seems like it's been a concerted effort to group up one group, and that's literally everybody non-white, and then against that group, white. Part of it was done because you could demonize them, say that they were this criminal of the past. I was taught that growing up. But besides that, I mean, you know, you do it. So like I said, I mean, it's interesting some things, but I just can't take it that far. I got to stay like skeptic, reasonable, like to say, where am I going with that? All I'm saying is that who made them take the drugs, right? Like who
you're exactly right. I mean, when it's
I think it's strange that maybe it was put in the media, whatever. But I think it's maybe more of a two-way street in my mind. In that the reason it became popular in the culture, and all that, is partly because of the darkening corruption in the individual, in the people, in the family, whatever. So, anyways, I just see it as like a two-way street type thing.
Yeah, it's just some ideas, food for thought.
It's interesting, John. I appreciate it. There's definitely an attack on white and what it represents. It can sometimes be loose or a stronger connection, but if it's just America and its history and its descendants and all that, it's definitely a huge attack on all that. 100%.
I see the same things. I've seen the same things in Europe. They're like dumping cocaine off on them boys like crazy over there. All the drug dealers are of color, you know, and they're all, I mean, it's like, it's not all of them, but it's at the same time, you know, they're running their culture in the ground, saying how pathetic it is and how backwards, and basically, oh, you redneck trash, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're robbing them blind because, you know, the middle class had the wealth.
You ever heard about something? This is something I've heard mentioned over the years, and essentially goes something like the CIA put crack or something like that, or the government put crack in the blank neighborhoods, etc. Got them on crack. Have you heard that and anything?
Yeah, related? The LA Times was owned by the CIA supposedly. And they started running right before the crack epidemic. They started running positive stories on cocaine and putting out movies. And they were funding the Contras. Is that what you're talking about?
Something. I think it is linked. It's somewhat linked to the whole Contra rebels. But the idea is essentially that the government had a helping hand in fueling the crack epidemic in cities like Los Angeles.
Yeah, and they
is that something you believe?
Well, they used rap music as a weapon, like to create that culture of drug, you know, like, and rebellion. They used it through South American countries. They was hoping to use it like in Cuba, Venezuela, but it's.
So you believe you would say that yeah, the government, you believe that basically you believe that it's like. The government basically hooked the blacks on crack, essentially, and it's their fault, the government's fault, not the blacks' fault, or you know.
Yeah, I mean, you create a whole culture, and then like I said, it's like the whole scene changed, like with nothing but a G thing when it come out, and everybody's like I remember this boy, he's from out in the country, and he'd one of them kids that had a booger hanging out his nose, and he'd wear the same sweats to school. And when that came out, I remember him putting on some bandanas and started acting gangster. You know, he was West Side. It just, you know how stupid people are.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But man, this is the problem. This is where we come into, I think, an impasse. This is where I think we totally disagree. Because it sounds now I'm getting your thinking more. You know, now you were talking about white people before, but to consider for a moment, like, How does that even make sense? Because wasn't the U.S. government simply just like allowing the Contras to traffic drugs, essentially?
Yeah, they were sell the cocaine and buying arms and sending it to Iran, wasn't they?
So then, isn't that a bit of a stretch to say that the government sold blacks drugs? Aren't you bending over backwards to stretch out like this fact into the government sold drugs to blacks? And then you, of course, not to mention the mental gymnastics you have to also do that. What part you're leaving out the part the blacks played? I mean, they took the drugs, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I feel like I'd feel the same way about white people. You know, like
I mean, if like me saying the wrong word is hate speech. If I said the N word, it's hate speech. Then why isn't rap banned from everything? When it talks about poisoning people's neighborhoods with drugs, raping people, and shooting your neighborhood up. I killed this guy over beef. How's that not hate speech? Well, why don't they ban it?
Well, it's thrilling. It gets the people going. That's why they won't ban it. But yeah, I mean, look.
I mean, if they see that creating this big of a problem in those neighborhoods,
but I think it's kind of authentic. I think it's pretty authentic. Here's the thing. I think that a lot of people don't understand. Like, for example, you think from some of your language, you're saying they put that in the rap music. Yeah, I don't think you're missing. You're leaving out how there's no way any music executive could ever come up with lean like that came up like that's like grassroots that was created in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is a little more authentic than you think, and it wasn't like social engineering. Sorry, what were you saying?
Have you ever seen the movie about NWA?
Yeah,
niggas with attitude. You ever see that movie where the Jews walk in? Oh man, we want this, and they sign a deal with them. The same people that make pornography and everything that Europe tried to get rid of that we have now. Those same people that came from Europe doing those same things, and all of a sudden, the United States has all these problems that Europe got rid of for a little while.
Yeah, but you believe debunked conspiracies about blacks getting put on drugs because of the government. So you're not very objective on this.
Well, I mean, it seems like it. They were working middle class, a lot of them back in the day, and now, look at their neighborhoods. They had money.
They got into.
Like Jesse talks about.
They got into hating. They're like, yeah, you know what? It is racist. I should have more money. Yeah, you know what? I should be in this position. And then they haven't recovered. They never recovered.
No. NAACP was originally a Jewish group.
Is that so?
They used from Baltimore, and they used the blacks there as cheaper labor. And all
I didn't know that.
Yards.
I heard I've heard Jews themselves say very proudly how deeply they worked and how significant they were in things like the civil rights movement. So
yeah, it looks like they did
shout
a lot
out to
of
y'all,
good,
I guess. I don't know.
it looks like they did a lot of good, didn't it?
Yeah. Worst thing that ever happened, right? With blacks, as Jesse says. But you see how they had a part to play in it too, you know what I mean? Like when you say, well, whites, because I'm with you, man. Like it's like their country, and they've been attacked because they're hated. But hold on, who made them take the drugs? Who made them throw away their culture, not teach it to their kids? Like there's a part to play there too. You can't start sounding like the blacks, right? Because it's like if you do, that means you're going to become just like them, right? Like, do you see that? Like I'm just thinking strategically. Like if you sound like them and have the same complaints, aren't you going to end up like them? You want to end up like the blacks? I mean,
well, I don't know. It's a weird world.
Fair enough, sir. I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we move the wheels?
Jesus says.
You said Jesus says. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate your call.
Yeah,
call me again.
Christ is King.
Take care, man. Call me again, John.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Tennessee. You said what? Thank you, sir. What are y'all saying? What are you saying? I'm trying to read these towers you're writing here. Sometimes you've got to be careful when they're typing individual letters line by line. You just got to be careful. But look, we got John out of Houston, Texas. We're pressing that air button twice. Don't worry about that. That's behind the scenes technical stuff. John, Houston, Texas. We got you on the air, man.
Hola, señor.
How you doing, John? You know, why do I always forget this? You're John from Houston, Texas. How you doing, John? Go ahead.
Mucho bueno. Sí. Just kidding.
No, that's fine. It is mucho bueno. It is, in fact, mucho bueno.
I respond to John from Tennessee. I say, why do people want the drugs, the rap music? Why do people want the drugs, the rap, and the alcohol? I think that, like, pot makes it harder to fast.
Mm.
And that people want it. That's why that it is happening. People want it. And that's interesting to ask, why do people want it?
Yeah.
Why do people want it? Oh.
That is a good question.
There's nothing going on really ever at any time. There's really nothing really going on. And then like, in my mind, like, I think I can like, be invincible, I guess.
Part of you thinks that, yeah.
People think they're invincible. Probably because they've had a lot of access to, just good, well, not good, but quality lifestyle. They have couches and, AC, plumbing, especially the plumbing,
Yeah, they have everything, but they're still miserable. That may be something to do with it.
They're miserable on the inside.
Right.
But on the outside, you can't tell they're miserable.
That may have something to do with it.
And so, on the outside, you can't tell, and so because they think they're invincible, that may have something to do with it, you're right.
Having everything but inside being messed.
I really don't think anything's going on, though, at any time, like, at any time of the day, like, even if, like, something big is going on, where it's like a festival or whatever, you're just present at the festival in the moment, but the festival is not really like a big deal. Or like in a war, like, you're just present at the war, where you're just present at, like, the airstrike, but the airstrike's like not like, the airstrike's just going on around you, or you'll get blown up and die, but therefore your invincibility is neutralized. So put it one way.
I wonder some of that too. I do wonder why they do what they do, John. Very interesting, man.
Well,
anything else you want to say before we move the wheels?
Well, life is good, and just even when you know like about Jesus and you're a Christian for a long time, sometimes you're still like trying to be invincible. Not you personally.
Mm.
I'm just imparting like final thoughts.
Well, thanks, John. Can you call me again?
Yeah, Nick, thank you.
Take care, sir.
Adios, senor. Gonzola.
Appreciate it, man. Adios. 888-775-3773. Very much. Thank you, someone with the coffees. That's a lot of coffees. Thank you. That's a lot of coffees. Eric, I appreciate your support. We read those. My apologies. Just making sure. Thank you for that. Doorbot, appreciate the super chats and all the support. Hold on. They're saying I got new ones. The people are saying thank you. Doorbot, Birdie Bound Brian, we got Cloud Bob says amazing shows today, gentlemen. Thank you, Harmony, with the union dues. Coming in strong. And they are going all to Trump. We are, in fact, abusing and misusing all of our union members' dues for political reasons. Completely one-sided. Okay. So thank you, Harmony, with the union dues. Very nice. Rumble people, thank you for your support. Right on. Doormat Damon, thank you. Hey, that's not always the easiest thing to do. They're trying. People are trying. Thank you. What else can I say here? That's everybody's support here so far. That's it with all that. I mean, I want to get back to my calls. You seen this thing, though? I don't even know if we can get into it. Hold on. I should save this. Let it percolate. Let it percolate a bit. Don't you think? Well, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I'm deciding. Hold on. I'm trying to decide. I'll try to decide in a moment. How about we get to Nick? I think out of Washington State. Appreciate your call, Nick. You're on the air.
Hey, Anchor Baby. How you doing, man?
How you doing, sir? No complaints here.
Hey. The show is great so far. Yeah, thank you. It's one of the reasons I look forward to Mondays is the Bond Network.
Thanks, man. Right on.
Well, I'll make it quick. I just wanted to make a quick comment, and just to kind of put this out there. I'm 35, and recently have been seeing stuff online, on YouTube, about people talking how when you're in your mid-30s, that's like the traditional age, I guess, to be hitting midlife crisis, which is crazy of me because I don't think about that. I don't think I've thought about that since I was a teenager, hearing old people talk about it.
Yeah. I think I saw that first in like Dexter's Laboratory or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But, I just wanted to, put this out there in case any other guys are listening that might be thinking about that, because you see one YouTube video, you see another, and you're like, whoa, is that really what people are thinking?
Okay, gotcha. So this is for the man considering a midlife crisis.
Yeah, you really shouldn't let it keep you. You really shouldn't let that affect you. I'm 35, and I just enrolled in a new college to learn some skills so I could get into some trade fields, some skills that I don't have, that I can't really get just on the fly. And there's I don't think there's anything wrong with doing what you have to do to learn a new skill, especially if it's going to propel you into a place you're supposed to be. But, man, if people are out there really letting something get them down, like, oh, I'm too old for this, or, oh, I'm washed up for that, man, that is totally counterproductive to us being men. I saw something online that said real life for men, adulthood starts at like 31. And everything else beforehand, it's just a trial run. What do you think about that?
I think about some of the founding fathers. Weren't they like in their 20s? How old was some of these guys were like in their 20s, man, when they were like writing the Declaration of Independence.
This is true.
I'll find that out for you in a sec. But what was I going to say? I was trying to type something. Apologies. So yeah, you said you don't let it get you down, even when you walk through the campus, and it's just a bunch of you're telling me all the Norwood ones around you don't get you down. You're walking around and all you see is Norwood 1, Norwood 0, Norwood 1.5, and you're saying nope, that's not me. I'm not getting down. Ain't no such thing as a midlife crisis. I'm educating myself.
Yeah, I think so, because I've had a couple companies and businesses that were successful until they weren't, man. Like sometimes markets die. And I've heard about older people going through that, people who work a career for this long and then all of a sudden the field doesn't exist. I think a lot of people who are like programmers might be dealing with that currently, with the influx of AI and all that. And, like, honestly, at first I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, why didn't I choose, like, a field of work or a career or something that would have had longevity? But, I didn't. And I don't know.
I don't know, man. If I'm walking through that campus, all I see is Chad hairlines. I'm hanging it up, man. I'm just like, I'm just hanging it up. I'm just like, it's time to hang it up. It's time to... No, but I'm playing around. I really am just joking around. Everybody, like, if you let anything stop you from doing what you got to do, it's over, dude. You're already dead. Like, there's no point in talking about it. There's no point in anything else. If you let literally anything stop you from doing what you have to do, what you know you must do, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, okay, then just go die then. Go die already.
Right. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to go get some chump job and just work yourself into the grave with no motivation? Is that really what God wants for you? Or can you... Right,
or because someone else... Right, because you're scared or because someone else wants you to do it? Yeah. Go die then. Go die already. You're already dead.
Yeah, suffer and die.
What made you want to call in about this and say to the people like, don't feel like you're having a midlife crisis?
Because I get a lot of my news from you guys. I listen to you guys almost every day, and I've learned so much from Jesse. I mean, like, it's still crazy to hear people calling in with these struggles and stuff that still aren't doing the silent prayer, and how hard that was for me to start doing, but how easy of a thing it was to start doing once I started doing it. And I just think that sometimes, the world is full of evil these days in a lot of ways. And I've heard from older guys than me, older cats than me, that were like, hey, you know what? Keep going, pull up your bootstraps, and make it happen. And I think sometimes our society wants us to feel alone and distant from other people with similar goals and motivation to be living the right way and doing the right things. And I just thought I'd bounce it off you. You're a really intelligent dude.
Thanks,
and,
man.
I know you're,
I just like talking to people because they always bring up something interesting, even if it's mundane to others. Like, this is actually interesting because a lot of people feel certain ways about it. And also, I think in a more meta way, in like a higher order level, there's something I'm trying to point out here that I'm not saying necessarily you're doing, but there's like a higher order level thing that's interesting. It's like, I don't know if you felt bad for the guys maybe feeling a midlife crisis or not, but you wouldn't have to.
I felt like it was pointless.
Yeah, but let's say someone else. Let's just imagine someone else saying, hey, world, don't worry, you're a prime in your 30s and your 40s. You're going to be a prime forever. Like, isn't that person kind of coping a bit? Like, I know I can work. I know I can educate myself, even if I'm 40, 50. Well, let's not make things up, right? We should just age gracefully, you know? Like, everybody ages and everybody's high horse gets brought down. And so knowing that humbles everybody, it kind of equalizes things. Don't you think? Like, I don't have to now fight with the young Chad hairlines. I really don't have to fight them because, you know, like, it's like
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Let's just age gracefully, and those cohorts will learn. They'll get to somewhere, and we don't need to be them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I think a little too much copamine is being passed around these days. And I don't think that a person, you know, I think you're in your prime in your 20s for sure. I definitely think that keeping a grasp on reality is important. You know, if you're 43 years old or if you're, 37 years old, like, yeah, you shouldn't feel like, oh yeah, I can still do anything I want that I could when I was 25. Like, absolutely not, man. Like, but at the same time, like, if you've had trajectory, if you've like been doing good for yourself, I don't think something like that, something like what we're seeing around with the development of, AI and this and that. I mean, the enlistment age just got jumped up to 42 for the military. I'm sure there's a lot of millennials that are like, like, you really I think you gotta, keep it going and do whatever it takes to keep being a successful individual if you can.
Totally.
Anyways, I don't want to take any more of your time.
You can't let
so much
can't let
talk.
any of that stop you. That'd be the lamest, most dead thing ever. Sir.
I just think it spits in God's face, man.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Call me again, Nick, man. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Midlife crisis. Is it like, don't we live to like what, 80 plus, maybe you got to get to like 45 or something. Maybe you got to get to like your 40s or something. Maybe it's just too early. Maybe it's still coming. I'm just making jokes. I'm making jokes. Maybe it's still coming. You're getting real comfortable. Like, hey, look at these guys, midlife crisis. How about just don't have one? And it's like not even your middle of your life. Huh? Okay, I'm messing around. I'm messing with your mind. I'm simply messing with your mind. It's too much fun. Okay. It's just too much fun. Did the fun leave this room completely? People are sharing this one. I thought, why don't we just do another silly in the last few minutes? Okay. The NDP had their leadership convention in Winnipeg. This is Canadian politics, but look, this is how bad it can get. Because you've seen these scenes in like a college campus. Now imagine this being your government, like your actual government, or one party of the government, debating about stuff at their leadership convention. Imagine like the DNC, Democratic National Convention. So the NDP get together and they're having a new Democratic Party. They're having a leadership convention, okay? And they're simply just trying to have the meeting. And it's just it's having trouble just chugging along on mere just rules. They have rules.
Thank you.
Points of privilege, etc. They have lines of speakers, and they're trying to give priority to people who have, well, what they call points of privilege. And if you have one, that you're going to have one of these little colored cards that says such. It says, I am a black woman and blah, 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 right? Turns out some people were taking these cards and using them IRL. They were taking them out of the meeting and using them in real life. So they had to make it clear, like, hey, that's not how the world works. Also, point of privilege. Also, we can't let this meeting go on even in its most basic way because of my ego, and it's now this is how the government's going to devolve into doing nothing because everybody's worried about their identity, right? Just ever atomizing further. And this ensues.
Thank you, Delegate. There's a point of privilege on microphone 1, then we'll go to microphone 3. Go ahead, Delegate.
Yes, hello. I was standing here with my gender equity card before you called on the previous speaker. That's my point of privilege that I would like to raise.
I will explain the speaking order, which is fixed, that I cannot amend, which is the pro-con rotation. You can move yourself up a line that you're standing in.
I am pro, and I was...
We went...
You went pro, con,
We went pro-con, pro, and my plan was to go con. The speaker at con mic 3 also has a speaking card.
Yesterday, this card was used in an inappropriate manner. And while I understand in Ontario we note this as equity, even if that, this was also used inappropriately in terms of gender. I want everyone to be mindful that these cards for individuals like myself who identify as a Black woman have no value outside of this space.
Darn, wait, what do you mean I can't use this card? You mean it's not good here? That's what must have happened, right? That's clearly what must have happened. Like someone was using this, possibly a troll, some disgusting troll. One of you guys maybe. One of you disgusting trolls. Probably trolling around one of these. You got your hands on one of these. And you're like, you know what? I'm a Black woman. You know what? I'm a Black woman. Read the card. And they're like, let me just make it clear. These gender privilege, point of privilege, whatever cards, they hold no value. They hold no contingency on the real world. And they do not work IRL in real life. They only work in this room. Also, my point of privilege was to say I have a point of privilege and to disrupt things because you didn't point of privilege, my point of privilege, privilege enough, okay? That's what this girl was about with her keffiyeh on her shoulders. Her keffiyeh shawl. Is that just a shawl? Her campus keffiyeh shawl. So that's what that was. But this is the government, actually. That's where it's like not funny anymore. This is not this is not the college campus. This is the government. Ugly folks love them masks. Look, where do I get my hands on one of those? That's a very powerful that's a very powerful document. Very powerful card. That it worked. It worked so well that they had to come out and say it. Like this, you cannot go around saying you're a Black woman with one of these. We in fact disable this card's power beyond the confines of this building. So we are now declaring it done, thus disabling its remnant authoritative power. The moment you walk out of the building, you'll lose it. So it's a shame, really. I can't breathe. They turned communism into a soccer match. You mean with like red flags?
Note this as equity. Even if that, this was also used inappropriately in terms of gender. I want everyone to be mindful that these cards for individuals like myself who identify as a Black woman have no value outside of this space.
That's a shame. I wish you didn't say that. Those would be so valuable. Those would be eBay. Wow. What a value. What a resell. I was salivating. I was salivating at the upsell opportunity to bring back the eBay account out of sleep. Okay? Unearth the old eBay account and start flipping NDP gender equity point of privilege cards. But anyways. We're going to have to talk about this tomorrow, I think. We're going to have to leave some of this for tomorrow, I think. We just don't have it just wouldn't be proper. It would be irresponsible to open up this topic now. Yeah. I think it would be, we just wouldn't be able to do it justice. Okay? So let's see if I have a silly here for you. Before we go here in the last few minutes. Okay, I mean, what else? What else?
Immigrant.
We don't have time for this either. I don't know. I don't think we have time for this either. Net migration last year was substantially negative. That is more people left the country than they came in. The first time that happened in at least half a century. And they're apoplectic. They're losing their minds.
It's not just one more person.
They are very unhappy. Darn. I mean, might as well play it.
So
let's just watch some of this, huh? Look, they're not happy about it. Right. Net migration, like first time ever. And it's like right away. Well, this is why academia, all the reasons why this is bad. All the reasons why this is bad.
So
after decades, right, of immigration, unfettered immigration. One little measly year.
When an immigrant arrives, it's not just one more person chasing one fixed job.
Oh, jeez. Hold on. It's not this one. This is a guy just talking about it. He's about to do my job. Hold on. This is a guy just saying it. What a mess, folks. What a mess, folks. We'll leave this segment for tomorrow. That and dating the nerd. Yeah, we'll leave that for tomorrow. A little trend on the internet. Okay, folks. Well, what can I say? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. I got all these coffees from you people. Love it. Thank you. I got these super chats. You've been very supportive. Incredible. Thank you. Thanks for liking and all that. Show some decorum. Say hello. Leave a little comment. Make sure you like and all that. Nice. Who you asking that, Chris? No, I would do the same thing. I think, because people in the chat with their questions, not always directed at me. But thanks for tuning in. Why you got to bring him up? Sorry, Folka. I'm reacting to chat before I say goodbye. Okay, thank you, Sion. Appreciate it, Chris. Very nice. Ontario mess. I'm not repeating that, Cloud Bops. Okay. Bricks are for building homes. Bricks are for building nice homes in the East Coast that are insulated from the winter. Okay. Brick work, brick ceiling, just different brick work, okay? And that's it. Okay, folks, thanks. Like, subscribe, share it, and all that. I'll see you tomorrow for more American Anchor, baby. Thanks for tuning in, okay? That's Country Western Tuesday, the Hake Report, and more freaking American Anchor, baby. You like that one? That made me laugh? Okay, that's it. Thank you, Medrano. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow for more American Anchor Baby. Peace.